Okay, my friends, let's see how they can stop truth from being shown. Let's see now. I'm showing something about Stonehenge and some information I have about Stonehenge. So let's post this and see what happens. Wow, what does that say? Blocked. Your message could not be sent. It includes content that other people on Facebook have reported as abusive. That's interesting. Stonehenge is abusive now. I run into this all the time because I am taking truth to the places where it is not allowed, and that is academia, your teachers, your scholars, your educators, your leaders will not allow truth. And that is the truth. Okay, I did a report a while back on Stonehenge about the heel stone being a foot. And then all of the stones at Stonehenge are literally body parts of giants, bits and pieces of giants. Now, I sent that to Stonehenge, their management, and they said don't contact us again. So that's off the table. However, I am going to make my statements here. This says images of Stonehenge they're not what you see. Well, they're talking, somebody sent me a thing that says, oh, they put all new stones there. No, they didn't. They took the stones that were laying around and they put them to what they thought they should do. And this was not that long ago, and they reconstructed them. And some of them I saw, they have actual concrete. And I think there might even be, I think I saw some metal rebar in there as well. But it doesn't matter. These are the original stones, and they just were laying around and they put them up the way they thought they were supposed to go. Now, whether they're right or not, I don't care. I'm looking at the stones. Now, they're talking about the dates and where they went to get them, and blue stones, and they had to go all this different sarsen, this and that. And no, it's not. They were parts of a giant that died right there. The heel stone is right there. I'll show that to you, and then we'll discuss the details. Now, I've studied mud fossils for years, and I fully understand them. I fully understand how the blood flows. I fully understand the fabric of the tissues and how they became petrified into stone, and where the blood changes and turns into different colors, and where the blood supplies end up manifesting themselves, and the structure of the anatomy and what a foot looks like. And underneath the ground here, they show that it's exactly the correct size to fit the heel of this foot. And that's a foot. And that's called the heel stone. That's Stonehenge. I mean, what more do you want? The damn thing's a foot. All right. They're going to talk about dates and what they found and where these rocks originated and so forth. Now, these dates, I don't have a whole lot of problem with the dates. They're not far off as far as I'm concerned. They should, the giants died in the Great Flood, and in my world, that was 4,300 years ago or so. So that's 2,300 BC, something like that. Now, they're right in that range. First stones were raised here. Now, they were, they should have had to dry out a little bit, at least for 100 years or so, maybe 50 years by the time they could start erecting them. So, but that's not far off. So, but the rest is all just nonsense. So now, when you come down here to where it says the archaeologists, geologists from the University College of London, stones of Stonehenge originated in the Pressley Hills, Pembrokeshire, 225 kilometers from one of the most enigmatic ancient monuments on the planet, Stonehenge. Well, let me tell you something. Another giant died 225 kilometers away. Case closed. Now, even though researchers believe the stones originated from there, since 1920, they never knew the exact location from where the stones were quarried from. Well, they still don't, because they were quarried on site from a dead guy. Adding to the mystery of how ancient mankind managed to transport the boulders, which they didn't, researchers are questioning the age of the monument. Ancient people quarried the stones sometimes between 3,400 and 3,200 BC. No, they didn't. At that time, they were walking around those stones, while the monument was constructed mainstream later. This means that the ancient monument could be, in fact, 500 years older. They just come up with all this nonsense because they don't understand that the stuff is biological. They're never, ever, ever, ever going to get this right. And you know, I just had an argument, not an argument, discussion something with, because these people won't talk. They just make little jokes and laugh at my stuff that I post because they have nothing they can say. It's from some Worcester Geological Society. Like they're some big smart people. Well, they're just fools with smiles on their faces laughing at reality because they wasted their lives. And now they're so embarrassed and so ashamed, which they should be, for not paying attention to the reality now. All they had to do was say, okay, let's take a look at this. But no, they had to make fools out of themselves. And they are making absolute fools of themselves.